Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. One of our top stories, one person is injured after a shooting in Fayetteville. This happened over the weekend off of Huntsville Road. That person was taken to a hospital. Right now, police are still investigating and haven't made an arrest, but they tell us they believe this is an isolated incident. Of course, stay with us at 5 News as we continue to learn more today. And before we get to other top news, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott to see what the work and school week will turn out to be. Hey, Zach.
Yeah, it's up and down, Joe. Good morning to you. And our Monday forecast, enjoy it because change is coming really starting Monday night. We're going to have cooler weather, thicker cloud cover, off and on rain chances from Monday night through Tuesday night, Wednesday, and then into Wednesday night, lingering into Thursday morning, depending on the exact speed of the storm system that will come through late Wednesday. That one's just moving in to the Pacific Northwest today, so still got some time to get here. We may get a little break and then get another storm system in Friday, late day into Saturday. So a lot going on, active pattern for us. So again, like I said, enjoy your Monday. We've got sunshine, mid to upper 60s northwest Arkansas, 60s to some low 70s in the River Valley. We're going to get southeast breeze today, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Again, a lot of sunshine, dry weather through the day. As we turn the corner and head into the afternoon, storm system, our first wave of energy lifting the atmosphere starts to arrive, giving us some clouds. We'll have an evening shower chance going up, 10, 20, 30% chance. And then as we go overnight, 30, 40% chance of showers. And then the rain chance, again, just pretty much hangs around. Again, to start the day on Monday, the rain and the energy is way out towards the west. So it takes all day to get here. But as we get into the evening and overnight hours, we'll have more moisture in the air, more lift, and we'll get some of those scattered showers. Rain chances stick around Tuesday, Wednesday, linger Thursday. We get a break through the back half of Thursday, first half of the day on Friday, and then we'll watch for another front to try to come in and give us some rain that could linger into early Saturday. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Well, a Fayetteville man accused of murdering his wife is in court today. 40-year-old Marcus Joyner is at the Washington County Circuit Court, where he faces the death penalty for allegedly stabbing his wife, 39-year-old Amy Joyner, to death earlier this April. His trial began at 7:45 a.m. You can read more about the history of this case on our website at 5newsonline.com. Well, the Quorum Court in Washington County officially declared a vacancy for District 4. The resolution was necessary after the death of Justice of the Peace Fred Anderson, who had just been sworn in for his first term at the start of 2023. County Judge Patrick Deakins tells us Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders will now appoint a replacement to serve out the remainder of Justice Anderson's term. And take a look at this. It's damage left behind at Discount Tobacco of Fort Smith. We spoke with the owner who says they believe someone drove into the store Friday night. We also reached out to the police department, but haven't heard back as of yet, though the owner says this location will be closed until repairs are made. And if you have visited the Carol Ann Cross Park Pond recently in Fort Smith, you might notice the level is a little lower. That's because city crews are dropping it by 10 feet to install a new fishing pier on the lake. The Parks and Rec Department says that's just one of several upgrades happening there. The wooden pedestrian bridge will be replaced, 2 new restrooms will be added, and some roads and parking areas will be repaved. What that means for you is some parts of the park will be closed so this work can get done. Right now, there's no word yet on when all of the projects will be complete. And a reminder for those in Fayetteville, the city wants you to that starting today, the Saddle Up Trail at Kessler Mountain will be closed for construction work. It'll transform it into Fayetteville's first natural surface trail for adaptive mountain bikers. The 1.2-mile trail will be improved with rock armoring, boardwalks, and bridges. The enhancements are also expected to mitigate flooding. Work is expected to be complete sometime in September. Well, the Northwest Arkansas Regional Planning Commission is looking at the future of transportation as the area grows. The commission is updating 2 of its transportation plans to help accommodate the expected nearly 1 million people who will live in the region by 2045.
This was to bring the region together along with the state DOT and our planning partners to look at how, as a region, are we managing our transportation system, and then what technologies are available out there for our governmental entities to deploy within our region.
Well, the plan looks at what kind of technology can be used to help make driving safer, easier, and more efficient. For example, the commission says RDOT is already using traffic cameras and message boards that could be expanded into cities. The full Northwest Arkansas Regional Planning Commission board will vote on both plans come Wednesday. Well, since 2019, Arkansas has doubled its overdose deaths. That's according to data from the group Arkansas Take Back. The natural state is also the second highest state for prescribing drugs. But there is work being done to reverse this trend. 5 News reporter Michael Wilson has more.
Overdose is now the #1 cause of accidental death in the United States.
And in Arkansas, that evidence is clear.
The opioid epidemic, unfortunately, is alive and well.
Aaron Bunches with the outpatient addiction clinic Ideal Option, who recently opened a new location in Bentonville.
We treat opioid use disorder, all manner of substance abuse, including alcohol, meth, fentanyl, cannabis use disorder.
Ideal Option takes patients with and without insurance.
So no insurance, no excuse.
It opened its first location in Arkansas in Fort Smith. It helps patients with more than ending their drug addiction. It helps with employment and housing.
We try to fix all the other things in their life too, so we try to treat the whole patient.
And before it even gets to that point, cities and police departments are working to get drugs like opioids off the street. But they do need your help.
Especially your opioids, and you're getting them out of the house if they're not needed. And that prevents a little bit of the temptation that we see that people typically tell us about on their first-time drug use.
Saturday, police departments like Fayetteville held drug take-back events as a part of National Drug Take-Back Day.
As it gives you a safe and responsible way of getting rid of prescription medication that you no longer use.
Corporal Greg Dawson says this is also good for the environment because they safely dispose of the drugs that can impact lives.
The road to recovery starts now, and it starts here with us. Reduce overdoses. Let's reunite families and help people get their lives back.
Covering news where you live, Michael Wilson, 5 News.
Well, according to Ideal Option, overdose deaths in Benton and Washington counties, as well as Sebastian County, have nearly doubled in recent years. If you have unused prescription drugs, you're able to drop them off at most county sheriff's offices. Well, those are some of your top stories on this Monday. I'm Joe Ellison. Make sure to catch up with us again tomorrow, right here, for more.